Jira tool. So yesterday someone has asked me to provide Jira tool access also. Why this is not able to? Okay, got it. See, what is the project name which we have created? Like QA manual testing. This is the one, right? What is the one? Like this is the one, I think, right? Yesterday we have created QA manual testing project. Am I right or wrong? This is the one, right? Hope you remember. So when I just click on this, see here, you have asked me to add some set of people, right? Here. So I'm just going to add the persons here. See, can you please share me your email IDs once again, sorry, in the chart, so that I'll just easy to copy and paste it here. So just open this chart here. Okay. See, I'm just providing the access for you people also. So before that, you want to check either that you have installed this Jira. Paste it here. Paste it. Copy. Okay, I've added Sneha. Sujata, right? I'm going to add Sujata also. It's going to be added. I think maybe enter more. Yeah, just the invitation has been sent to you, I think. Sujata, for you, the invitation has been sent. Maybe for Sneha, again, like I just want to add. Just add here. I want to select this one.
So we can view the Jira tool now.
Pardon?
We can view the Jira tool. Jira software.
Yes. You check either, like, please, you just go to the online and check either log into the Jira tool.
Okay.
Then automatically you will get the access for this particular project. See, I have provided the access for this particular project. Okay, I have added you people. You are also like I have given rights as an administrator only. So you
Okay.
4 members are going to be. Can you please check, like, go to this Jira software, and if you want to download, you just download, or otherwise you can just access this Jira tool from the online.
I need to create the password here.
Yes. You want to create some username and password, I think.
Okay.
See, without that, can you, like, I think without that it will not allow. So with the email ID which you have given me, right? So try to create your login using that email ID.
Sure, I'll do.
So now if you see means, if I'm just going to create, see yesterday what we are saying about. So we have just, see, usually user stories, we are just going to get the user stories, the requirements from the users. Okay, that customers, right? That customer requirements, we are just going to add it as an epics here. So how we are just going to add means, either you can just go to this create and add this epics, or otherwise there is an option called create epic here. We are just going to create that epics in this particular thing. Here, right now I have, yes, please.
I haven't received the link.
You haven't? Okay.
So
you did not receive. See, you no need to receive. Like, you just you want to create one login. So just go to this Jira software. Jira.com. So go to this Jira.com. This is one of the software called Atlassian is there, right? So in that particular thing only, the Jira tool is going to be there. So here you can just go and create, either you can just access the trial version, or otherwise like I think it's a 30 days trial version only, it is there. For me, I have just created, I even have created long back, I think.
So it is asking what type of team do you work in? Is it
What is
software
it?
development,
Software
finance,
developer, and then what is the other option it is asking?
finance, IT support, operation, marketing,
Can you
human
please share
resource?
your screen so that I'll be able to help you?
Okay.
Can I
You
stop
have
now?
to go to get it free.
Yes, it's going to be absolutely free. Everyone got this access. You are able to see whatever the request I'm creating here. So you people are able to view all the things, correct? So now they have created, like we have created two epics. We got two epics from the customers. So under one epics, right? So I'm just going to open, like I'm just going to create some set of user stories. So see here, software which is used to see all his information, something it is there. And under that, I'm just going to create some set of user stories. See this, if this icon is there, means that is a user story icon. If I'm just going to select the task here as a checkbox means it is going to be an task here. So if I'm just going to make it as a like this color, red color thing is there, means it is going to be a bug. You are getting these points, right? So now I'm just going to create one of the user story. So under this, I'm just going to create one user story called login page. See, you no need to worry about these things, because these things and all, it's going to be created by either the Scrum Master or otherwise the project managers. Okay. So absolutely you no need to worry. Login page functionality is one of the user story. Sorry, development for development team. I've created one user story. And also I'm just going to create another user story called login page testing, one user story. And also I'm just going to create login page. So it's a tester is going to be there, and architect design. So design is going to be one of the person. Now see, I have created 3 user stories under one epics. That means we are expanding this particular epic into some set of user stories. So after login, we are just going to have some set of, so maybe you may have common homepage. Common homepage will not be there. So what is that? Employee homepage. This user story is for development team, DEV. I'm just giving it as a DEV. Next one, employee homepage. This is called QA or tester. See, when I just create this user stories here, right? Automatically, so when I'm going to click on this particular user story, see here, it is a user story name, this one. So this status initially it's going to be to do. Actually, we may have, like they are going to define the workflows. So here in this like by default, we are going to have only 3 status is there: to do, in progress, and done. To do means like they want to do this user stories. Okay. Now see, so these all the user stories which comes under one epic that needs to be completed within this 1 month of time. So that is our roadmap. See, this is a roadmap. We are just going to have the roadmap means what? So within how many days we want to complete this particular task. Next one, see, I have created all this user stories and epics, right? When I'm just going to the backlog, always we want to go to the backlog. see here, if you go to the backlog page, so you are just going to have all the user stories which has been created here, that all the user stories are going to be available here in this particular user story. See, under this backlog, you are just going to have all these kind of things here. You are able to see this?
Yes.
So here, what you are just going to do initially, they are going to create one. I told you, right? Sprint. See, already by default, it has created one sprint, QAM2. That means our project code, with the project code, there is a name called sprint 1. It has been already created by default. Okay, one sprint has been created. But for this sprint, right, they did not added any dates and all when it wants to start. See, first of all, if they want to start the sprint, right, so they want to bring up all the user stories. So how you are just going to bring up this user story means, so initially if you want to develop this user stories means, you are just going to drag this and you are just going to put it under sprint 1. So now the sprint 1, under sprint 1, this user story needs to be completed under this sprint 1. So I'm just going to take another one also, testing also needs to be completed in this particular sprint 1 itself. Next one, design also should be completed within this. So within this sprint 1 itself. Now I have created 3 user stories and I have moved this backlog means, so all the user stories which were created is going to be available in the backlog section. So if that from the backlog, if that is going, it is going to be assigned to the corresponding sprint means, you want to move that user stories to this particular sprint, as I told you right previously. Now here, to whom you want to assign this user story. So right now, see here, it is showing as unassigned. So no, this is not assigned to anyone. Now what you want to do? So see, they are going to assign this user stories to some other persons, available persons. See here, some set of persons are there. So your name and all, it is getting displayed, and I'm able to see your name, like Deval and Payas and Sneha, Sujata. All your names came here, right? So I, as a Scrum Master or admin, I'll be able to assign this particular things to the corresponding user. So I'm just going to assign this to the Patel. Okay. So I'm just so this user story has been assigned to Patel here. Now next user story I'm just going to assign to Payas. Next user story I'm just going to assign to Sneha. So the next user story also I'm just going to take it into the consideration here. And this user story I'm just going to assign to Sujata. Where is Sujata? Sujata ID is there. Yes, Sujata is there. So Sujata. See now all these user stories I have been assigned. See, we'll be having initial discussion with all of you guys, and you want to say that, so this user story can be assigned to you. You are going to agree with the team saying that yes, I'm just going to take this. See, you are getting this point, right? See, are you getting this point? Like how the things are happening inside the Jira tool. See, initially they are going to create some set of user stories here, and that user stories are going to be initially it is going to be available in the backlog. So from the backlog, we are just going to drag and drop into the corresponding sprint. So you can just either name the name of the sprint is going to be automatically taken with the project name. Okay. So I think like that is
Getting a bit confusion, Rajesh.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do one thing. We'll discuss this in detail tomorrow. So
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, actually, I installed the app in my mobile. I can see everything, whatever you taught me now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
manual testing project. Yeah, I can see you are, as you assigned me the project, right? I can see that one too.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we will. If you have time now, we can discuss. Otherwise, we can go ahead tomorrow.
Actually, the other two people, like I think they did not join back. Maybe
Yeah,
they
yeah,
thought that okay, it's almost the end. I think the time is
yeah, yeah.
over.
Anyways, it is 10:30. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe
Anyway,
we'll discuss
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
see, we'll do one thing. I'm just going to
Yeah.
spend some time on this tool because
Okay.
without spending some time, right, you will not be able to get the detailed information.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll be explaining. No worries. Okay.
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 Okay. See you
Okay.
tomorrow then.
Okay. Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Tomorrow we'll meet.
Bye.
Yeah. Like yesterday, we were seeing about this Jira tool, right? So now you know how to log into this Jira and see this Jira is going to be created by the Scrum Master and they are responsible to allot this user stories for you people. See, while allotting this user stories, you will be there, okay, in the discussion. Like if they are going to say that to whom this user story needs to be assigned, so that assignment and all, we are just going to do that. Already we have seen that, right? Now see, you have created this user story, but we did not allotted any story points for this particular user story. While allotting this user story, right? Who is going to allot this? So like who is going to confirm the how many story points that it is going to be assigned to this particular user story? For example, this has been assigned to this pattern, right? So here our Scrum Master and your project manager are going to decide like a project manager will have some view, right? They are going to say that for completing this user story, it will take around five user stories. For example, they are going to say five user stories it will take to complete this particular user story. So now see, I have given five here. When it is in the gray color, it is said that it is not started. So not started means initially it's going to be in the gray color. Once it becomes blue, right, then it is in progress related user stories are going to get displayed. See totally how many user stories are there, that many user stories for all the user stories. See, your project manager is going to say that it is going to take five user stories to complete this particular task. Then it is going to be he is going to discuss with you. So whatever the user stories that has been given, is that sufficient for him or not, or otherwise he want to either increase or decrease. So if you are going to provide is here, so Patel is going to say that he need he is not five user story points is not enough for him to complete this story means, then he is going to say that how many user stories, either six or seven story points it required means, if that is okay, that is accepted by the project manager, then he is going to change this story points to this particular six user story points. Then the for other story point, the project manager is going to define that. So which is being allotted for bias, like they are going to take this and they are going to say that it is going to take around four story points is enough for completing this user stories. You know about the story points, right? What is the story points in the sense here?
The weeks.
Yes. See, one story point equal to already for example, I said 6 hours. Okay. So one story point if you are in US based companies, right? US based related companies and all, they are going to follow one story point equal to 6 hours. So here six story points means totally 6 into 6, 6 are 12. So 12 days, it's going to take 12 days to complete this particular
Or 36.
sorry. So
36.
The 6 story points, 1 story point equal to 6. That means it is going to take totally 6 days to complete this user stories. Correct. Okay, so we have added all these user stories in this particular sprint, and in this, like they are going to initially they are going to specify some set of story points. If that story points is either it's you want to, it is not enough, or it will not take that much of time, means you can just ask your project manager to change this particular story points which has been allotted for your
So
end.
we have to tell them once it's started or before starting.
Pardon?
We have to tell them the story point is not enough at the starting or after we started the
No.
test
Before
case.
starting, see, before the sprint gets started itself, right? See, I did the sprint till today. The sprint is not started. Actually, when the user stories was created, it was in the backlog itself. At that time itself, it is going to be you. They are going to allot the story points. They are going to confirm the story points. Okay. See, now the sprint is not started. They just we have just moved the story points from backlog to this sprint one. Sprint is not yet started yet. Okay. Now they are going to say that when the sprint is going to start and all, they are going to decide. So here now you are like you should confirm before starting itself. You should make sure that what is the story points that has been allotted to you, is that fine or not. Okay, if that is fine means, then we are just going to say that, like then it is fine, like everyone accepted for this particular things means, then they are going to start this particular sprint. See, now they are going to decide when to start the sprint, when to end the sprint. So they are going to click on add date here. So we are just going to add, maybe it will 10 days release. Okay, so 10 days release we will be taking it. 10 days means, so if 6th is the start date, okay, then end date will be like 6 to 10, 5 days. Saturday and Sunday comes into the picture. Next, we are going to leave the Saturday, Sunday, and 13 to 17. So at least 17th, it's going to be the end date. That means within 10 days, like either there will be a release in 10 days or 15 days. So if you are just going to update this, so see, now the sprint date has been given here. So in the sprint, in this particular sprint, how many story point? Actually, it is a user stories, but everything is going to be calculated in the issues. 4 issues are available here.
But the last series takes 9 weeks, right? Means 6
9?
54 days, right? The last day.
Yes. See, actually,
But how come it's gonna finish by 10 days?
no. Actually, sprint can be like already I told you. Either the sprint will be, sprint is going to like release. Sprint is nothing but release. The release is going to happen either it's a 10 days release is there, or 15 days release is there. This release dates, right? It is going to vary. See, this release dates may get vary based on your number of user stories here. So number of user stories which has been allotted.
Okay.
You're getting that point. See, already I have just told you 15 days. That means 3 weeks once, 2 weeks release, 2 weeks once release, or 3 weeks once release. We are just going to have this 2 weeks or 3 weeks once release is going to be there. Okay, now here in this sprint, we have planned for 2 weeks release. So that is the reason it's going to start 6th and going to end on 17th. So that means Monday to next Friday, like not next Friday. That so here 5 days, within 1 week, 5 days will be there. 5 days plus another week, 5 days. 17th we should complete this particular sprint. So you are getting this point. These sprint dates and all, who is going to decide means that Scrum Master is going to take care of these particular things. You no need to worry about this. You are getting it right? See,
Yeah.
and your responsibility is, see, it is not going to start. See, if till this point, what you are going to do means you are going to check this requirements. It has been given properly for you, which has been alerted, which is going to be alerted for you. See, already they are going to say when they are creating the user story itself, they are going to say that these are the user stories that we are going to alert to these particular people. So then at that time you want to just go and read the user story and understand. So is that all the requirements has been sufficiently given or not? So then the story points is going to be alerted. So is that story points also it is going to be fine or not? These things only it is your responsibility to check before the sprints get started. Okay. So your responsibility is check what are the issues that has been assigned to you, and is that all the information that has been provided is fine or not to proceed with. For example, they have given one requirement. They're asking you to write the test cases. So if you want to write the test cases, the complete requirement is provided or not. So that you want to be verified. If the the requirement document is not properly provided, or requirement itself is not clear means, then you should not accept this particular things to come into the sprint. You should keep that in the backlog itself. You should insist them to keep that user story in the backlog itself, even though if they are going to assign to you. So if they are going to move it to the sprint means, definitely you want to complete this particular user stories. Without completing, you cannot like most probably 100%, like at least as per if there is any disturbances is not there, that is any customer side things are stopping you, or some kind of very bigger issues or something it is there, right? So only at that particular point of time only you can just have a delay for this particular user stories, or otherwise it should not get delayed. Once user story comes into the sprint, you should complete that user story and move to the done status. Here the status is initially it is going to be in the to-do list, and later point of time you can just convert that into an in progress and done. Okay, in progress is nothing but, so here you are just going to say that like these are all the status. Actually you may have get so many status, so you can have multiple status that is going to be given by the either project manager or scrum master is going to set. Initially it's going to be open case, and then it's going to be that is to do list in open or to do. Initially the status of the user story is going to be like this. After that it's going to be assigned to concerned person. Only assign will be there. Okay, you just leave it this. Then the status you are just going to have in progress status. Then you are just going to have after in progress after in progress, what is the status it's going to be? It is maybe like I have told you all these things, but you forgot, I think. Maybe like in progress and resolved or done status. Okay, regarding the user stories, this is going to be the status. It's going to be there. So that status can be like they can introduce more number of status that is going to be taken care by either the project manager or scrum master. Okay, you no need to worry. If whatever the status it is available, you are going to, if only 3 status is there means, initially it's going to be to do, then it is going to be assigned to you, that is already assigned. Then you are going to, whenever you are going to start this user story, you are going to make it as in progress. Finally it is done means you are going to make it to done status. So that status is going to get updated. Now see, everything is fine. See, now how many user stories that has been allotted here? See, that is total user stories is come and displayed in this particular things. See, these things and all, who is going to track here? See, as a Scrum Master is going to track the things. So how many user stories is allotted? See, all the user stories like totally in this 10 days. So totally how many people are there here? Totally 4 people are there. So 4 into 10, 40 hours should be occupied actually. Here, how many hours occupied? Only 26 hours only occupied. So then each and every, we are just going to check how many hours allotted for each and every person. If it is not properly allotted, right, then they are going to move some more user stories to this particular sprint. Okay, you are getting this points. So they are going to make, finally, they want to bring up this particular things to around 40. So I'm just going to make it to another some 14. So I'm just going to make this to 14 story points. Okay. See, now exactly we got 40. So now this 40 hours has been matched. Now I'm just going to start. I'm just going to start this sprint. You are getting it right? See, are you getting these points or not?
Yeah.
See, now the Scrum Master, what he is going to do means he is going to just start the sprint here. See, that till this point, Scrum Master role will be available. Here afterwards, Scrum Master is not, I just clicked on the start button. So the Scrum Master is checking, the sprint name is this one. If he wants, he can update the sprint name also. Duration, if he wants, he can either check it like he can change, or otherwise, what is the sprint goal? He is going to specify, means login related information. They can provide login information related stuff, and they're going to click on the start button. Wow, that's it. Now see, sprint got started. So see what is happening. Everything went to the board. See, now it came to the board. You people go and check here. Check. I'm just going to give this link. You people go and check here after. See, till this point only, it's responsible by the Scrum Master. Here afterwards, what is the Scrum Master is going to do? He is going to just observe the things. So his work is done. He has started sprint. Here afterwards, he is going to observe. So see, it is going to be there. All the user stories are available in the to-do list. Totally 5 issues are there. Then your responsibility is, so which are the user stories that is allotted to you? You want to drag this and you want to put it in the in progress and you want to start your work. See now, who's this one? Like a battle related user story, I have just moved to in progress. Now the pattern needs to start this particular user stories. Here when I'm just going to move back. See these things and all, no one will do this. No one will touch your user stories. Here afterwards, you want to log into the system and you want to start your work. So once the sprint started means you just go and take your one of the user story and move it to in progress. You just do that.
So I just want to know what kind of work are we, Scrum Master going to give us? Like, can you give me some examples?
Pardon?
Like, can you give me any examples like how Scrum Master is giving us the work?
See, Scrum Master is not going to give work. Actually, this user stories and all, like initially, we are going to get epics, correct? Epics from the customer. From that epics, they are going to break that user story. They break that requirements into some set of user stories. So some set of user stories means already I told you the login related information we have taken as an example. See, first login page. Login page design is going to be done by the designer. Login page functionality, developer is going to take this developer related stuff. And employee information page, it's going to be developed by one of the person. Login page testing is going to be one of the person is going to take care. Testing means here maybe testing it means it's not going to be the testing. Maybe one person will be taking the user story for writing the test cases. One person, another QA person is responsible for writing the another test case for employee information. He's going to responsible for login page information. And some other user stories are going to be there for test engineers for testing the this login page, for testing the employee page. Like that, we are just going to have some more user stories and all. It is going to be coming to the picture. So now, as a test engineer, who is that here? So Sneha is one of the test engineers. She is going to prepare the test cases. So then, if she want to prepare already, some of the requirements has been given in this particular user story, or some of the document has been attached to this, or any link, Wikipedia link or anything is there, means that will be available here, where she wants to refer particular store informations for developing the test cases. Now, what Sneha is going to do? She want to take this user story and move it to in progress. See, here afterwards, you people want to work. See, your work gets started here. So you now each and every person which is allotted to you, please take your user stories and move it to in progress. Please do it. See, here afterwards, I'll be as a Scrum Master. So you are the test engineers. Like maybe like you are the development team members. Okay, you are just going to. I have already told this are like I have already allotted. These are the story points, user stories that has been allotted to some set of people. So whatever the user story that is available here, you want to just drag and drop into this in progress status. Someone has drag and dropped something here. Wow. See, Sneha has dragged. See, I am just watching the things. Here,
I did one of them, the second one.
Okay. Here, some other persons also, like they have just, that means, see, if they are going to put this into this in progress status, so my assumption is, see here, 1 second, stop. See, in the top right, I'll be able to, if I just go back to the backlog, here, I'll be able to see the status. See, totally I have allotted 40 story points. In that, all the people has allotted themselves and they are started their work. So that means in the in progress status, 27 story points is going on in the in progress this week. Okay. So now once, and I'm just going by, see these things and all, as a Scrum Master, he will be observing the things. See, you will be working on the corresponding user stories. But as a Scrum Master, I will be observing. So what is the progress of each and every user story? So who has taken which user stories, and what is the progress of the sprint? How the progress is going on in this sprint? See, some of the person has already completed his work and he's going to move this user story to done status. So just anyone can, if anyone who has completed can move you can move to done status. There is a next status, is there, right? Can anyone move one of the user story to done status? Yes, fine. Okay, done. Two user stories. Fine. That is fine. 2 user stories, it has been moved to done. That means, so totally I have 5 user stories. In that 5 user stories, so here, see, the status is getting updated here. Still some of the things it's showing me as in progress only. I'm going to refresh. See, now it is after refreshing, I'm able to see 1 user story is still in progress. 2 user stories they have completed. Who has completed? One is so Sneha has completed. Another one is Payas has completed. They both has completed their work. So see, if you see, I am just watching as a Scrum Master. So totally I have allotted 40. In that still no one has touched this particular 13 story points. 14 story points is in progress. So 13 story points has been completed. That means 2 user stories has been done. Still these things are there. See, if sprint is it is it is going to reach to the end of the sprint, then I want to follow up this users and I want to make sure that please I want to ask them what is the reason for not taking these particular things. I'll ask Sujata and Deval to take care of these particular things. So these things should get completed within 17th. If anything is lagging means every day we are going to have Scrum meetings will be there. You want to tell, so what is you like what are the things that you are doing it here, and also right. See, once it has been you have moved to done. See here, it has been striked off. See the user story is like it is showing as striked off, right? The other three are open. So this is the way we are just going to track. Okay, there will be some set of reports and all is there, dashboard reports. So using the dashboards also, I'm just going to track what is your status is, what is the sprint status is. Okay, and if I want to share it to management team, I can just go to dashboard page and I can share the reports to the management team. But your work is, that's it. You want to take your user story, you want to start working on this, you want to change the status from one status to another status. And once this is done, so you are going to move. So if you see, for example, so if you want to edit something in this user story, for example, I'm just going to take this particular story. See here in this, okay, it is going to be like this. I'm just going back to the board here. See, I'm just going to take this particular user story. See, it is going to open this one. See, every day, whatever the work that you are doing, right, that work needs to be recorded here. That means the first day, what you have done, for example, you think that you have completed your test cases for one of the scenarios, means for 3 scenarios. So you want to say that completed test case scenarios, test case and scenarios for 3 screens. So what are the 3 screens? You want to mention that login. See, every day evening, whenever the work gets completed, you want to update this comments. Then only, so each and every person is going to, whenever the people, Scrum Master is come and check your story, right? Scrum Master or project manager, they are going to verify what is the work that you have done today. So you have completed login page, home page, and then some other page called like employee information page. So you have created test cases for these particular people. So sorry, for this particular screens you have completed. You are just going to click on the save button. Every day evening, whenever you are leaving from the office, you want to provide these comments and then only you want to leave, because everyone needs to everyone is going to observe what is the work that you have done today. Everyday work you want to record. Every day, whatever the things that you are specifying here, that you are just going to mention. Definitely, if you are facing some problem, you want to enter into this comment and say that I am facing this kind of issue. Or otherwise, they are going to question if you are going to, without mentioning any issue here. So you are going to say that I have already told, like I got stuck up with some other things, and so I am not able to complete this user story within the given time span. Means, so they are going to kick.
Who else is going to see my work except Scrum Master?
Your means as a QA, right? QA manager is going to validate your work.
So
QA
after
manager
validating the work only, he will write the comments here, right?
Pardon?
Like you write here, completed test case and scenarios for 3 screens. It means the Scrum Master already checked the test case that we did is right or wrong.
Yes, and see, Scrum Master is going to deal with high level things, but there will be your QA managers and QA leads will be there, right? They will also look into the things what is happening inside. So they are going to see in detail related stuff. See, they are just going to log into, like they are going to they will see, each and every person will be able to view all the status here. So there is nothing hidden in this agile process. So you can also just open this user stories and you can just go and check the history of this user story. See, here is a history is going to maintain. That means initially who has created, Rajesh has created yesterday this, and I have just changed my status to 1002, something like that is changed the parent. So I have changed the parent, it seems. And then I have updated the sprint yesterday. What is that? From none to, that is I have given one name to the sprint. And then I have just changed the, like I have marked the sprint status to higher. So that is, it is recorded. Then I have assigned, previously it was unassigned, I have assigned to Sujata. Then finally, it was what is that? So here assigning, changed the assignee means unassigned to Sujata. Here updated the user story points. I have updated from none to 7. See, whatever the work that I am just doing, like not only me, whoever doing some activities in this particular story, that is going to be recorded here in the history. In the comment section, you want to enter what is the work that daily you are doing. You are daily, every day, evening, you want to, after leaving, before leaving the office, you want to give these comments, and then only you want to leave. See, your manager should know what is the status of this particular thing. Means he is going to click on this user story and he is going to check the comments. So are you in the real track or not? So if you are not there in the real track, means then he is going to just talk to you regarding this. Okay, you are getting my point.
Yes.
Okay. Now see, for example, this is a, what is this? This is a development user story. See, as a test engineer, so here, see, everything is going to be here. These things and all we have seen. Like if there is any description is there, they are going to mention here related to what you want to do. And so those things and all, it's going to be available here. So or otherwise you will be having some attachment here. You can just download the attachment. So if you want to, say you are saying that this user story, you cannot do this user story by yourself. So some of the, you want to break this user story into multiple user stories, means you are just going to create some branches for this. Branches means sub user stories. You are just going, you can also create some subtasks under this particular user stories, or otherwise create some commit related stuff. It's going to be there. So, and here it's going to be like all the details are going to be there. To whom it has been assigned, what is the label, what is the sprint, I mean, which sprint this should complete, how many story points. So all these things are going to be available. Here, see, watcher option is going to be there. So in this watcher option, whoever users are going to be available, for them, we are just going to have this, like they are going to get the email notifications. So if whatever the status update or whatever the things that is happening in this particular sprint, right? So those things and all, it's going to be recorded. It's like it is going to send an email notification to this particular watcher list people. So here two members are there. So if any changes happens in this particular story point, we both are going to get, Sujata and Rajesh is going to get the what is that, like emails.
Yeah.
So you can, if required, right, you can also add the watcher list, and if you want to share it to anyone, you can also share. So, and there will be some other set of options is going to be there. So you want to change the parent. Already your user story is coming under one parent. So you want to change that, means you can change. You want to move this user story to some other sprint, means you can move. Yeah, you can clone this user story with, or you want to delete. So whatever the actions you want to do, like that you can do. And see, now I'm just going to close this one. As a test engineer, now who is the tester? See, login page tester is this people. Who has taken this? Sneha. Sneha, you have taken the login page testing. So maybe, for example, you are doing some testing on the login page. See, who is here? Like, Devil, can you please move your user story to in progress? So, for example, are you able to move?
Just a second, I'm trying.
Okay. See, for example, or otherwise, like, who is this? Sujata, you can also move your employee homepage. Okay, login page only. So login page design and development is going to be done by the, for example, you take.
Yeah, I did it. Can you see?
Okay, fine, no problem. I think, okay, actually login page I want, because here, or otherwise do one thing. Who is there here? See, maybe I'm just going to allot this user story to mine. Okay, here it is unassigned. So I'm just going to assign myself. Okay, I am just doing the, okay, I'm just assigned to myself. See, this is Rajesh. It has been assigned to Rajesh. Now, if I'm just going to, if I'm testing, you have done the, you have completed the employee homepage. Now I am testing the you are into the development. I am into the testing. See, I have observed some issues in this particular story. See, I am testing your user story point, employee homepage story. You are able to understand here. See, you are a developer because it is a development user story. Think you are a developer. Here, QA tester. I am the QA person who is testing or validating your story. Your story is going to be validated from mine. So in case if I'm just going to find some issues in this particular home page, then what I want to do means I want to just go and create some bug here. How can I create the bug? See, I'm just going to click on the create button here. So as usually you have created a story point, right? In the similar way. So you want to select this project. Issue type is going to be,
I did not see where is the create button.
one second. See, here it is right in the top.
Okay.
See,
Yeah, got it.
as you are a test engineer, you want to create bugs like this only. So you want to click on this create button. You want to check the project name is correctly getting displayed here. If not, means you want to select that corresponding project. So maybe you are working in 2-3 projects, means it will display 2-3 projects. So in which project you are going to raise the bug, you want to be very much clear. And issue type. So here you are going to raise a bug here. I'm just going to select this bug, not the user story. Now it is description. You are going to enter. That means in your test, I am testing home page. So home page is not launching. I'm just going to say that it's not launched properly with all the details. This is going to be my issue. So homepage, like actually when I'm testing homepage, what I'm saying is that homepage is not launched properly with all the details. That is the issue I found. So now in that, I can also give the description here. Now you are just getting it, right? See, here you can also provide the steps. Steps means what? I have logged in as admin user. And my second one is like home page got displayed. In the home page, the employee information details are not getting displayed properly. See, like this, I'm just going to give the steps also, because see, now this user story is going to be like it's going to be sent to the developer. Developer needs to understand what is exactly your issue is. So these are all the steps. This is step 1, step 2, step 3.
Do we get any interview questions in this?
Yeah, actually, how you are just going to raise a bug in the Jira.
Okay.
You want to see, 1 second, I'll just complete this one. See, now you are just going to give the summary, you are going to give the description with the steps, and if you know, you can assign, or otherwise you can leave it as it is. See, now you want to label, if there is any label you can, or otherwise you want to specify the sprint here. See, here you want to specify under which sprint it should be completed. So what is our sprint name? Is it's QMS2, QMS2 sprint 1. See, when you select the sprint here, it's clearly saying that creating this issue with affected the active sprint scope. It is going to affect the scope. That means, see, this if you have identified the issue, so this is going to be alerted to the developer. So then the already developer is already fulfilled with his story points, means then it's going to affect the corresponding scope, right? Right or wrong? See, totally 40 hours is there. Already he was engaged with 40 hours. You are going to raise an additional issue. Then this issue is going to take around, again, like it's going to take around 2 story points to complete this issue, means, fix this issue, means, it is going to affect, instead of 40, it is going to take 42 hours, right?
Yeah.
So, they want to keep it that in the mind, and they are going to give some buffer time also. Okay. So, they are not going to allot the complete 40 hours to the corresponding users. You are getting my point. So they will be giving some buffer times. And see how many story points that either you can provide, or most probably you don't provide this. So the either project manager or that team members, they are going to provide this. So for example, for your sake, I'm just entering simply two story points. Okay, for your understanding. See, if you have any screenshot proofs is there, you can just attach that screenshot proofs here. So while testing, if you find any issues or bugs, right? So that screenshot proofs and all you want to attach here. Now here you want to link this user story, this issue, where you are going to link. Already you have identified for testing which user story. So you are testing some user story. You are going to say that it is related to which user story it is. The story, see here. Now it's clearly saying that what are all the user stories are going to be displayed here. So now you are testing, your user story is, this is the user story you are working on. This is the user story you are testing. So now you want to select, this bug is related to this particular user story. That is 6th user story. And so is there any particularly restricted to anyone? Means it is going to specify that, or otherwise, so enough. Now you are just going to click on the create button. So this is the way you are going to raise the issue. See now what is happening here. Did you observe anything in this board?
We report 2 issue, done with 2 issues.
See the bug which I have raised, right? It has came and sitting in the to-do list. Okay, you are able to find this 8th. See, this is the 5th story point. This is the 8th story point. So here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8th story point has been created and it is added into this to-do list. Why it has added here? Specifically, it should create in the backlog, right? Why it has added here? Tell me.
We have to work on that.
No. See, while
Bug raised.
Developer has to work on it.
See, while
You raised the bug.
user story
Sorry,
bug, yeah, 1 second. While creating this bug itself, what I have done, I have selected in which sprint this bug needs to be addressed. That is sprint 1 I have selected. That is the reason, instead of going and sitting in the backlog, it directly came and sat in the sprint 1 itself. You are getting my point. Actually, if I create any user stories or bugs, right? If I'm not going to mention the sprint or anything, it will just go and sit in the backlog here. But when I am creating the bug itself, I have mentioned the sprint 1. It should be fixed in the sprint 1. It has asked me a question saying that, so in which sprint it should be addressed. So I have selected sprint 1. After selecting the sprint one, it has shown me one message also. Because of this user story, the scope is going to get vary. You are getting my point?
No.
See, when I was creating this user story itself, here I have selected the sprint, right? So creating the here, see, it has asked me to in which sprint I want to address this particular thing. Here I have selected sprint 1. In this sprint QAM2 sprint 1, my user story should be completed. So it is saying that if you are going to select this sprint, usually if I'm not going to select this, right, if I'm not going to select anything here, then when I'm just going to create, right, I'll just show you one of the bugs. This is another login page bug. I'm just going to create login page bug. This one. Here, I'm not going to select any sprint or any, so simply using story points. So if I'm just going to say that, so it is related to, what is that login? 1 second. There is a login page related story point will be there, right? So where is that login page? Login page dev functionality. Okay. So this one I have selected. Now when I'm just going to click on this create, right? See, now I have created one of the story bug, but now it is not coming and sitting here. If you see here, it went and sat in the backlog.
Yeah.
Why it went there? Why instead of this one, why it came here? Because when I am creating this bug, I told you just go and like I have selected this print 1.
Go and review the document.
Pardon?
That's all. No, developer should review the document and fix the bugs, right?
No. Here, if I want this bug to be addressed in the sprint 1 itself, then you want to select that sprint 1.
Yeah.
If you don't want this, see, you are not saying like you are not insisting anyone. See, this is not a really a big bug. It is not a crash, or it's just a like it's going to be some cosmetic related bug. You think that it's a low bug or cosmetic related bug. So this bug, I am not insisting that things to get, but it is a functionality related bug. If this functionality is not going to be worked properly, then customer is going to come back to us. So that is the reason you are insisting the team to take this bug and fix it within the sprint 1 itself. But for this cosmetic bug, you are not insisting. So they can take later also. So they can create another sprint. For example, here I'm just going to create sprint 2. So sprint 2, I have created sprint 2. Now I'm just going to move this bug to the sprint 2. Who is going to, this one is going to be taken by some other people. So like this, they are going to create multiple sprints here. So sprint 2, sprint 3, like that. So in this sprint, I want this to be completed. And also, see, I have allotted this bug under which user story. So 1 second, you just go back to the board. So actually here, this is the user story, and I have raised a bug for this particular user story, right? So for Sujata only, I have raised a bug. So now if Sujata is going to just click on her user story, you just go and see the bug which I have created for this particular user story. It is available in this particular linked issue here. Now Sujata is the responsible person to complete this bug. So she wants to assign to her. She wants to take this story and she wants to assign it to her, Sujata. She wants to assign it to herself, and then she wants to work on this particular user story, this bug, and she wants to complete the bug. She wants to fix the bug. So once she has completed means she is going to change the status from, where is the status it's going to be? It is available here, right? Status, where is that? Okay, see here it is there. Okay, not here. So once she has fixed the bug, here it is there. So you are just going to make this bug to done status. Sujata, you want to do this to bug done status. If she is going to, instead of Sujata, I am doing this. Okay, I've clicked on the done status. Now if I just go back to the backlog, see now this bug also fixed. Now if I'm just going to check here, see initially that has been assigned to Sujata. See that initially it has been assigned to Sujata and it is in progress. Before she closed this bug, right? Before she closed this user story, she want to fix this bug. Then only she can make this user story to complete status. You are getting my point. Now she want to fix this bug first, and then only she want to move the user story to the done status. Till that particular point, she cannot move this story to done status. Okay, so that is the way you are just going to you are going to use these particular things here. I hope you have understood, right? So this is the overall picture. See, this is the work. See, you are going to do your work as usually, but in the Jira, this is the process you are going to follow. So you want to check all the requirement has been provided properly or not, and then you want to check the story points which has been assigned to you is correct or wrong, and after the sprint gets started, you check which are the user stories that is assigned to you, which one you want to take as priority, which one you can take it as a next priority. Based on the situations, you want to take that user stories into in progress status. Then once you work on that, as usually you are going to work, but you are going to do this status. So every day, whatever the work you are going to do, you are going to enter in the comment section. And then once the user story is done, you are just going to move it to the done status. You are able to find, right? Having any questions over here?
No.
Okay. See, this is the overall process which you are going to follow here in the Jira tool. See, already I have explained you about Jira, but this is the one which practically I have just shown you this time. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then actually there will be some set of dashboards is going to be there. So which is going to be tracked by the corresponding like Scrum Masters, who is going this information and all, this tracking and all, they are going to track. So which person is having how many user stories, so who is lagging in which particular story points, like which are the stories are still in progress, which are the story, how many stories are still it has completed, how many user stories are it's in progress or done, or that, like that they are going to take the reports by using this dashboards and all. That is, you no need to worry about these things. You will not be there and not be participating at that particular levels and all. Okay, so they are going to create some set of customized dashboards on their own. So like this, see which are the, if they want to see, right, like you can also create the dashboard on your own, like what is the user stories that has been assigned to you, that you can keep it as a board. There is a sprint burn down chart. See how much of the sprint efforts they have taken, so how many user stories they have completed, so story point estimation time, and it's a real time. They are going to calculate, they are going to check it in the graphical manner. See, this reports and all, it's going to be viewed by the Scrum Masters and the product owners, or even project managers also can view this. So this is going to be tracked, and the Scrum Master is going to share this reports to the higher level management people. So here activity streaming. So each and every thing, whatever the happening, he is going to track who has created, who has committed, who has completed the story points, which story point has been completed on when. So those tracking and all, it's going to be available here for him. So it is the meeting testing progress related stuff. These things and all. So it is going to be available by the test engineers. So here total average chart manual testing for the project. So this chart is going to show how many number of issues were unresolved for over a given period of time. That means for 30 days. So how your sprint is going on. So these are all graphical representations. They are going to take it on their own. Okay, you no need to worry about this thing. They are going to track your work. That's it. Okay, fine. So this is going to be the overall.
Yes.
We have done with the complete manual process, how the things are working and what all the things has been done. So tomorrow onwards, we'll start with the automation process, and you know where we are going to introduce the automation and all. Already I have, while discussing about the types of testing itself, I just told you. So at the time of regression part, we are just going to start our automation. Did you remember right or not? I am not sure. But before starting that, I am just going to have a small QA related, means we'll have some review, quick review. So
Okay.
question and answers. We'll have some set of, we'll discuss. So please kindly, I request, I have shared you the document 1 week before itself. So why I did not conducted the interview related stuff means because you people, I'm just giving some time to refresh. Or at least you want to go through the documents and I think you have gone through all the things. Tomorrow we'll have one round of interview related stuff. Please prepare for that. Okay.
Okay. What is that filters and apps there?
So filters and all, it's going to be again report related stuff. So it's going to be, if I want to create if any specific I want to see what are the resolved cases recently, what are the done issues, what are the open issues, what are the issues that has been reported. See, these and all the report related filters are going to be, again, it's going to be report. See, when by using these filters only, I'm just going to create some set of dashboard. Apps and all, right? It's going to be again some set of like we'll be having some set of other apps like so recommended for your team is ship faster with marketplace apps integration. So this thing and all, like right now it is not going to be used that much. More management people are going to use this one. So for you are going to do the process, whatever the process we have seen, right? That is the only process we are going to be involved in. The other things and all, the management people are going to use that. For you, right, you want to be conscious which are the bugs you have raised and how many bugs you have raised, how many bugs that has been resolved, and still how many is open. Such kind of things, information you want to see those things and all, you can just add some customized filter and you can view that. Okay, if required for your case.
Okay.
So, but no one is going to like view your reports and all. They are going to view the complete status reports. Even bug related things also they are going to track. They are going to track in the high level. So how many bugs you have opened, how many bugs they have addressed, how many bugs still pending, how many bugs has been closed. So those related reports and all they are going to take. If there is still larger amount of bugs are still open means they are going to take the decision. So they will be calling for a meeting, the entire team. Such kind of things will happen inside. Okay. So, okay, fine.